All right, Colts +1 in Atlanta. Andy, your Colts. This is interesting because the lines move so much. I mean, they started out as favorites, right? Now are now dogs. I think the Falcons started out at like 2.5 or 3-point underdogs, and now are favored. So 68% of the bets on the Falcons, 82%
the
of
Colts
the money.
were -1.5 when the line opened up on Sunday night, and now they've moved to +1. I don't get it. I don't get it when people are knee-jerk reacting to some of these lines and going off some of the recent form, right? They're going off the recent form with the Bills spread. They're -11.5. They're going off recent form with the Panthers. The Panthers probably would have been +6.5 or +7 if they did not win that game and the Packers weren't shit the last two games. If the Packers were still on that win streak, they'd probably be a touchdown favorite. But we're not going with the Falcons just lost
to the Panthers and are now favored.
And they're favored against the Colts, who are 8-6. They're in the playoff picture. But Michael Pittman had a nasty hit, which the people on Twitter that said to me that Pittsburgh guy was unintentional. He was not leading with his head. You guys also need to you guys need to see the same doctor that Pittman's seeing right now for his concussion, because you also might be suffering from a concussion. So I don't know what the hell you're watching, and I think that's I'm offended. But I have the Colts here in my early best bets, -1.5. I also have the over in this one, because the Colts cannot stop anybody defensively. They also are horrible against the run. I think if you want to have a little buy low on Bijan and take a look at some of his props as they release, I think that's a smart idea after that he only had 7 carries last week, which is egregious. Arthur Smith has got to go.
Yeah,
I know they're waiting until the
terrible
end of the season, but that guy is he's not very bright, in my opinion. Just because he looks like Warren Sharp doesn't mean he can coach like Warren Sharp. So I elaborated a lot on my article. I don't want to belabor the point. I really encourage y'all to take a look at that, because I have a lot more information in that than I could spit out to you all on this podcast. But I got the Colts as well as the over.
The injury situation for Indy worries me. I like that they're dogs now. I think that's great. I don't see why the Falcons should be favored against anyone with the Heinicke, coming in for Desmond Ridder. I think Heinicke's better than Desmond Ridder. We've been kind of talking about that all season, but who knows what the fuck Arthur Smith is doing there in Atlanta. From a defensive standpoint, like you mentioned, the Bijan stuff, there's so many questions going on with Atlanta, and the Colts getting Grover Stewart back over the last couple of weeks has been huge for your guys' defense. You guys were one of the worst teams in the NFL against the run and did very well holding Pittsburgh and Cincinnati to not so great run performances. So I think that's great for them. Again, the injury situation's worrisome for Indianapolis, but it really feels that like Shane Steichen is doing exactly what he needs to do to get you guys to get wins. He's getting Gardner in positions that he's comfortable in. I'm nervous to see where you guys, or I'm excited, I should say, to see how you guys perform with Richardson back next year, because this offense is cooking with Shane Steichen behind the helm. And it's almost like they don't even need anyone. They just need Gardner and guys that can catch the ball. So this Falcons defense isn't amazing. I mean, Jesse Bates is having a phenomenal year, but at the end of the day, it's Taylor Heinicke. So
yeah, Zach Moss got hurt too, and then we ended up splitting the leading 2 rushers between Trey Sermon, who we just picked up, and then Tyler Goodson. I don't know who Tyler Goodson is, but he had 11 carries last week. These guys combined for 157 rushing yards. So we're talking about guys that were recently on the waivers are cooking, running the ball for this Colts offense. It's a testament to the how good the offensive line is for us when healthy. We've known that about the Colts, and it had been a struggle for them to stay healthy. But of course, the year that they stay healthy, then the quarterback goes down. So can't get everything right with this franchise, unfortunately. But I do really love them in this spot against the Falcons. This is the classic me riding with the Colts this year versus the me fading the Falcons this year, because the Falcons are shit, dude. They're 4-10 ATS.
Yeah,
the Colts
are
a league best 9-5 ATS. The Colts are also the best team in the league to the over. So hey, where's back in trends over here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to see what the Falcons are terrible ATS, and the public hates to back them. So maybe that's a good sign that they are on them this time. They're 2-1 when the public backs the Falcons ATS, but I think this is a very interesting situation, and maybe those trends don't really stack up for this game. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, Andy. It's going to be such a fun week. Glad I could do this here with you again. Glad we can get back on track here, recording Sharpen the Public. As always, thank you guys for listening and watching on YouTube. We appreciate all your support. As always, we're here every week breaking down the public betting trends, public betting data, and everything that's going on in the world of the NFL. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. If you're on YouTube, please follow and rate. If you're on Spotify or any of the other podcast platforms, we appreciate your guys' support as always. Keep following us on Twitter at DJHH Sports and at AndyHH Sports. We're putting out a lot of plays. We got a lot more content coming your way. Things are going to get so much more exciting here as we turn the corner into the postseason and then even into the offseason. We got a lot of fun plans over at happyhoursports.net. So thank you guys so much.
I love you all. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. The boys bet better with beer.